like parties. He does not like parties.
Okay.
And my boy Jacob.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I'm an awakening wisdom man with 765 gear score. I do a lot of endgame PvE content.
Welcome back, YouTube, to another money per hour grind series video. So today's topic, we're going to be looking at grinding at Jade Starlight Forest and showing you the location, rotations, and any mechanics, and then finally looking at the loot. So yeah, this was the best 1 hour grind that I've ever done since I played this game since 2016, which of course I will show you my numbers later, so stay tuned to the very end for that. But in general, this place is just super cool and chill to grind at, no pun intended. And I'm just a sucker for a snowy biome. Also, before we get into the video here, just a quick disclaimer, just like my other money per hour grind videos, but this video is geared towards a person who may be checking out the spot for the first time or maybe revisiting the spot like I did. So your money per hour may be a little less, which reflects into my numbers, but I will also talk about the potential average money per hour once you get efficient at this spot. Also, I'm not perfect, so if I happen to leave anything out that you think is important for this spot, then let me know down in the comments. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We just hit over 500 subscribers, so y'all are absolute legends, and your support means a lot to me. But with that being said, let's jump right on in. So this spot is going to be in the Mountain of Eternal Winter, which is going to be located right here. And if I zoom all the way out, you'll be able to see that Heidel is going to be located right here. All right. And here is a picture of the grind spots. And I labeled number 1 for the main rotation. And that is also where the Marnie Realm is at as well. And then spot number 2 is really good if number 1 is taken or you don't have the Marnie Realm up. And these mobs do spawn fairly quickly. Also, if you do the Marnie Realm, it can take about 30 seconds to a minute for the mobs to spawn in. So let me go ahead and show you those 2 rotations right now. So gear. Let me go ahead and pull up the Monster Zone info here. And you're going to see that the recommended total stats is going to be 700 for AP and 370 for DP. And then the soft cap is going to be around 734. So your menu might have this. And so you're just going to click view total stats in order to see that. That's going to give you the most accurate information. So mechanics. Nothing too crazy here. There are 3 different types of towers, such as the totem, the lamp, and the brazier. So first here, the totem is going to enable the mobs to be CC'd. The lamp can knock down you and the mobs, which is a very annoying mechanic, so you want to make sure that you're in super armor. And then the brazier will give you an AP buff. And when you destroy one of the 3 towers, it will release blue flames on the ground that once you kill a mob, it will cause kind of like a exploding effect, causing high damage to the other mobs. So just to make it simple here, essentially go to one of the rotations, either it be 1, 2, or the morning realm, and you're going to grind in a circle, and you're going to group up the mobs together close to a tower, and make sure that your DPS is targeting one of the towers as you're also damaging the mobs, and boom, they will die. And make sure you kill all the mobs in that area in that group before you go to the next pack because that will affect the spawns, which is very important. And then you'll just go to the next tower and just repeat. And as you're killing the mobs, rare elites can spawn that can give you a higher chance of rare drops and more trash loot, which these elites spawn very frequently. Now, you can get pretty sweaty at this spot by clearing the mobs in two different ways, which the first way here is by grouping up the mobs in a particular way to kill the elites faster. But there's an important aspect with that, and that is you have to make sure that you destroy the tower first before you pull the elites into that pack with the tower. Because if you don't, and if there's too many mobs, then that tower and the mobs will get a DP buff, and you're going to have a hard time killing them, and it's going to greatly affect your money per hour. Now, two of the three elites, you will want to kill the tower and then aggro the elites because they do move fast. But one of the three elites move super slow, which is the little guys, and you can aggro them first and then go to the tower. And by the time you destroy that tower, they should already be kind of approaching, and you should have it already destroyed. And then the other way here is just to grind in a traditional circle and just focus on the tower with the mobs and just repeat that in a circle. Sometimes, if your clear speed is too fast, then waiting on the elites can affect your money. So, yeah, I mean, just pick the best method for you. The next mechanic here is that there can be a rare chance of a mini boss spawning, which is the Guardian. And as long as you're at the gear requirements, you shouldn't have any issues. She can CC you a lot, and once the wolf spawns in, just kill the wolf and then focus back on her. And essentially, this boss is just going to give you an increase on the rare drops here. And I think it gives you a guaranteed ember as well, which out of the 5 hours that I was here, I only had one guardian spawn. Just remember, if you're killing the lamp, make sure you're in super armor. I can't tell you how many times I wasn't paying attention and I ended up getting knocked down, just laying on my back, looking up at the sky, wondering when I was going to be able to get back up. So that's going to again greatly affect your numbers here. So just a warning. All right, next here you will want to go to this NPC and get 3 daily quests, which will give you an extra 20 capras, which will increase your money per hour. So buffs you may want to run to be more efficient at clearing can include a simple cron mill if you're under the monster AP cap, or an exquisite mill if you're over the monster AP cap. Then you have the frenzy drought, tent villa buffs, church buffs, Bell's heart, AP monster artifacts with really any PvE lightstone combinations, but with this spot, demi-human damage is going to be important. So let's go over the drops here real quick. So I have the monster zone info pulled up. And to begin with, so this spot will drop artifacts. And so you can process these down to get a purified lightstone. And that can sell in the market for like around 10 million-ish. And then down here, you're going to get your blackstones, which you can use that for enhancing or just sell it on the market, or you can also use it for enhancing stacks. And then this is a specific lightstone that you can sell on the market, and it's used for helping with different PvE lightstone combinations. So you can see over here, I have it on this set for my demi-human damage. And then here we have the Forgotten Witch token. I've actually never done this before. I don't think I've ever even gotten one, honestly. but it's kind of like a cool little mechanic. Like you'll get this to drop, and then you'll go to a specific area on the map, and then you do kind of like this little instance PvE puzzle type dungeon, and you just have a higher chance of getting rare drops, such as the flame or the embers. Speaking of the embers, so you have the embers of the frost. So you need 100 of these in order to make one of the flame, right? And so this flame here is going to be important because that's going to help you get your in-game helmet, right? So this right here. And crazy enough, my 1 hour, I had this just literally rare drop. So kind of nuts. It was the very first mob that I attacked in my hour, and this dropped. So I've actually had this drop twice now. So when this spot came out, I guess it's been a couple years now. Uh, I think I was at like 34 embers, and then this one dropped. So yeah, kind of RNG carried with that. Then you have the Caphras here, which is going to be used to enhance your gear here, so your capper levels. And so again, in order to get your helmet, you're going to have a capper level 10, and then you'll get the flame, you'll do a quest, and you'll upgrade it to your in-game gear. Or you can just sell these on the market. And then you have the dragon scale fossil. And so you can sell this on the market, or you can use this to exchange for enhancement stacks. Or you can get, I believe it's 100 of these in order to get a specific crystal. It's called like the Oakless crystal. Probably just butchered that. But anyway, the Starlit Jade's Breath. So this is going to be used to pretty much enhance one of your elixirs. So crafting the Bracing Spirit Perfume Elixir. Spirit Dust. So that's just going to be used to get more Caphras. And then finally here, your Trash Loot is your Starlit Jade Powder. And that's going to give you about 20.1 silver. So pretty good there. Now let's see what I got in 1 hour with just using a level 2 loot scroll with Agris. Make sure you're using Agris as this spot is most efficient with it. And you'll probably use like around 20k-ish for about an hour, which is perfect if you only do an hour a day anyway. You can also pay 50 million to get the temp buff for a 50% increase on your drop rate, but I did not do that in this video. Also, I think this spot is really class specific if you want high trash numbers. So it looks like Megu or Awakening Nova are pulling some crazy trash numbers like 40 to 50k, which is kind of insane. But let's take a look at the Garmuff numbers here. So the potential average money per hour at 138% drop rate, which is what I'm mostly at if there's no drop event going on, with a yellow loot scroll is around 1 billion, with the average trash being around 30k, which is with Agris turned on. So I'm not really sure how accurate that is because people have to remember to click that Agris button in order for it to register in the database. So if we look at the numbers with Agris turned off, it's around 753 million and 7.2k trash. So take those numbers for whatever it's worth, but that's something that you could potentially expect if your gear is at the right spot and you get efficient with the rotation, and if your class is a Megu or Awakening Nova. Also, important to note, your money per hour is going to vary based on that drop rate. Now, let's take a look at my few hours, uh, which I was playing Succession Sage. My first hour that I recorded while live streaming at 198% drop rate was 650 million and 19.9k trash. Then another hour, I got around 601 million, and for the trash loot, I got around 18.8k. And then another hour, I got around 2.9 billion, and for the trash loot, I got around 18.1k. And I also grinded 2 more hours with similar numbers, and with my trash being around 21K for those 2 final hours. But yeah, I mean that 1 hour with the 2.9 billion, very inflated, super RNG carried, the best hour I've ever had since I've played this game. Kind of nutty, but I think for the most part you're gonna probably be in that 600 to 800 million range. But again, it also depends on your class, and it's also going to depend on your drop rate. So not a bad spot. And again, the biome is just a super cool area. So it's just nice to kind of mix it up. But in terms of money per hour, unless you're getting like insane trash numbers and having some crazy luck on your side, like for like for me, uh, then your consistent money at this spot is not going to be as good when compared to other spots. But either way, you're most likely coming here for your flame, for your in-game helmet. But let me know down in the comments, are you getting crazy trash numbers at this spot? And what class do you play? But with that being said, thanks for watching. If you like the content, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.